In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. All praise and thanks are due to Allah, and peace and blessings be upon His Messenger. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. One day we all have to leave this world. Either we like it or not, or we are ready for it or not, hoping that Allah Almighty, with His grace and mercy, will enter us in Jannah. Ameen. There are a few things we should remember for ourselves and our loved ones. Steps to take when the condition worsens. Stay close to the dying person and keep an eye on the condition. Ask him or her to say as much as possible, Astaghfirullah, La ilaha illallah. Someone should recite Surah Yasin to him or her. However, if this is not possible, play a recording in a way that he or she can hear. If the person seems to be more close to death, he or she is highly encouraged to say La ilaha illallah or Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. If the person is unable to say, ask him or her just to say in the heart. Lay down the person so that the Qibla is to the right side. Recite Surah Yasin as much as possible. Steps to take after the person passed away. Close the eyes and cover the body. Say Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, which means verily we belong to Allah and truly to Him shall we return. Inform relatives and friends. Settle his or her death. Organ donation is permissible if the deceased wish for it in his or her lifetime or if the family agrees. Arrange for burial as soon as possible. Don't delay in order to wait for far distant relatives to join. Women are allowed to attend the funeral prayers and go to the cemetery as long as they do not cry, wail, or beat themselves. It is prohibited to wear black clothing. It is prohibited to place flowers, candles, or incense on or around the grave. Do not send the deceased's body to another country for burial even if the deceased wish for it in his or her lifetime. Mourning for women is for 3 days except for a widow who must observe Iddah, a waiting period of 4 Islamic months and 10 days. You can ask your closest Islamic center or masjid for more details. Weeping is allowed, but crying, wailing, and beating oneself is not. Deceased's family should not prepare food for the visiting friends and relatives. Rather, relatives should prepare food for the deceased's family for 1 day. Gatherings for the recitation of the Quran is prohibited. Everyone can recite in their homes and ask Allah to give the reward to the deceased. Traditional gatherings on the 3rd, 10th, 40th, or on every anniversary is not allowed. Continue to make dua for the deceased's forgiveness. Do some kind of sadaqah jariyah, continuous charity, that could benefit the deceased, such as arranging for drinking water, building a masjid, planting a tree for fruit or shade, etc. If a child dies before reaching the age of puberty, he or she will enter Jannah and will be an intercessor for the parents on the Day of Judgment. Remember, end of this life is not the end of existence. You will meet your loved ones in the next life. However, we should live an Islamic life, hoping and praying that by Allah's mercy, we will all be in Jannah. Finally, I request you to please prepare yourself and your loved ones to leave this world according to the commandments of Allah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.